I can't really see the screen. There we go. Okay, so I want to make sure I get some service here. Y'all see the snow? This is unbelievable. There's like a bank of snow. I'm a tall guy. This is like a wall out here. It's coming to you live from the North Pole. Welcome to the edge of winter. It goes on forever out there. It's really a kind of nice view. I'm gonna give you a different view in a sec, but it's big enough you could build a snow house. You could build an igloo out of this stuff. This is pretty tall, so I had to make sure I could get signal. I came out here and just bam, it came right up. Isn't that nice though? I give some people some time to come into the room anyways, give you a better view than what you might have at your computer screen or wherever you're at. This is a frozen over field next to where I'm parked. Nice view, but like I said, check out this snow. This snow is like, that's a big old berm right here. Icebergs. Oh, that guy's gonna move. Let me hop back in the ride for a second. For just a second. Make sure I don't fall on this ice too. It's covered with ice. Oh. Let's see what we can't do here. Get this thing set the way it ought to be. I give you a good view. See what we can't do. Try that. There we go. Ah, that'll work. A little bit of snow. So, you might notice I'm at a Road Ranger. How about that? No more Pilot logo. Yeah, well, been some crazy stuff going on. Let's see if I can get some music here. Whew. It's cold out there, people. Let's see here. No. I might have to turn this to the back. Whew. Hope everybody's doing good. I've had got miles ahead of me, got miles behind me. Been working. Any day's a good day when you can work. Let's see, that was all the way on the front. I didn't have my audio set up, I didn't have anything set up. But I'm here, and we're live. It's on. So, let's see here. Therefore, let's see what that sounds like. I'm gonna have to find some decent tunes here. Nope, something's wrong. That's right. Rear. Let's see if we give it power here. Something's going on with the audio. Something's very wrong with my audio. Rear? Oh, I know what it is. I hit that switch. You know that switch in the back will get you. There we go. There we go. I don't know why it's still playing through the front, but that'll work. All right. It has been a day and a half. Yep, finishing up a lunch. Gonna have a cigar, do a quick check-in, and tell you what's going on with the Road Ranger situation. So, basically, I guess I have to tell a little bit of history, a little history lesson to catch everybody up to speed. If you haven't watched my other videos where I've talked in different times about it, I'll go through the whole thing. It all started where people started noticing things about truck stops ripping off drivers to make extra money. People started noticing that. One of the things that was noticed, I'll say, a while back, was when Flying J was run by a certain group of individuals. The Flying J was using Comdata. And at that time, when a driver would want an advance for their check, if they didn't get paid right or if there was money on their Comdata card, either way, Flying J said, well, Comdata charges you $1. Then there's some other kind of a transaction fee of $1, but we're going to charge you another $3 on top of that. Okay? People started noticing that wasn't fair. Comdata said it wasn't fair. Drivers felt like they were getting ripped off, and it added up to a whole lot of money. So Comdata said, we're just not going to have Comdata in your fuel stations in Flying J's anymore. Because they said, hey, you can't do that. And the owners at that time, they said, no, we can do whatever we want. So Comdata pulled out. Okay. That was to not rip off drivers. Comdata didn't want their name associated with something bad. Okay. So this is why I'm bringing you back here. Okay. Sometimes companies split because they don't want their name associated with something bad. Okay. So then the independent Flying J's that were run by independent, you call them a franchise. Franchise Flying J's were still allowed to have Comdata, but most of them were owned by that group of people, and they were not allowed to have Comdata. So the owner-operators could go there because they could pay cash, but company drivers who were stuck with Comdata, they would never go to a Flying J. You wouldn't see them. There was always plenty of parking at a Flying J because of it. Well, now, not too many years ago, okay, but a good bit of years ago, that group of individuals sold Flying J. So then Flying J all of a sudden is owned by a different bunch of people, and they called Comdata, and Comdata, spoke with them, or Comdata contacted them, either way, and said, hey, if you'll do right, we'll come back in, get an agreement with you, and we'll do business together. So now Comdata is in Flying J's, and now you see company drivers that use Comdata in Flying J's, in all of them, not just the franchise ones. Okay. So going further from there, you go to the next little issue. I call it a little issue. It's a pretty big issue. Pilot bought out Flying J at that time, or after that. After a company ran Flying J for quite a few years, Pilot bought out Flying J, and now it's, Pilot Flying J. Okay. The CEOs of Pilot told companies that drivers that were owner-operators were leased to, hey, let's get a points program for your drivers, but also like a discount on fuel. But then some of the CEOs did something bad, and behind closed doors they told the company, hey, listen, this is how we can rip your drivers off. You can make millions more if you don't give them this discount or the full discount. You keep it and we'll take some of it, and they'll all be rich. Well, it got found out. It got found out, and I want to say 5 of the CEOs, the heads of Pilot, went to court and wound up getting put in prison. It's called embezzlement. They were stealing. Okay? All right. So then, going forward from there, you got a different bunch of CEOs in there, and they have had an agreement with Road Ranger so that Road Ranger, they shared points and stuff, and they were all in the same system, but that was a merger. It wasn't a buyout. Nobody bought nobody out. It was an agreement to be together. Road Ranger and another place, I believe it was, but Road Ranger went with Pilot, and they decided to make it Pilot Road Ranger. Okay. So if you got a discount with Pilot, you also got a discount with Road Ranger, and you could use their shower cards at Road Ranger, and they would give you a shower even if you had bought the fuel at a Pilot. It was all one big happy family, and they were getting Pilot fuel and all that. So then there was that little disagreement, if you call it that, that Road Ranger decided, hey, we're giving the drivers a better discount on fuel anyways, and they said, we want to separate from Pilot, but there was a couple of little things in there, a little tussle, a couple of little things that I'm gonna wait until it all comes out. Because remember I told you about the other 5 CEOs that went to prison at Pilot for ripping off drivers and you know, showing companies how to rip off drivers too, but ripping off drivers for the fuel discount, not the points on your card, the fuel discount we're supposed to get. And oh, you'll never know about it, because who can do that much ad and drive a truck, right? We're stupid drivers, right? You can rip us off, right? Wrong. So moving forward from there, I have been informed by a few different sources, but I've got to get it worked out, and I got to wait. I'm going to probably have to wait until you hear about if somebody else has to go to prison over it, because they did something that was illegal at Pilot, is what I was told. I was told that they did something that was illegal with the fuel, and Road Ranger wanted to disassociate themselves with Pilot because of it. And I've been told that some other people might be going to prison. I don't know if I'd want to be a CEO of a company if they tend to wind up put the CEO in prison afterwards. But then honestly, maybe it's just the people. I don't know. I will say this. I'm at Road Ranger right now. I'm not taking sides. Like I said before, I'm not taking sides. But I am at Road Ranger, and I'm going to give you a heads up of how this affects you as a driver. You're going to get a new Road Ranger card, okay? And they come with a key fob. Guess what else they come with? Because Road Ranger doesn't feel like it's fair to the driver. They give you a free shower, no matter what. And now that the cards are registered so quickly, once they it might take 24 hours, but they'll get you a shower. But once they're registered so quickly that you've got a free shower on that card and 500 points on that card, whether you fuel yet or not. That's free. So they're trying to make it right, and they're trying to get the discounts. Right now my discount shows the exact same pole price. They're trying to get the discounts worked out between these companies that they used to deal with. And I'll try to find either the key fob or the card. I think the key fob might show up better on that, and it might be the exact same logo anyways. Yeah. Okay. Check it out, because this still has the sticker on it. It says Road Ranger Rewards, and on the sticker it says activate your card to receive 500 bonus points. They activate it inside. You give them the number and your name, they'll activate it inside for you. But that's basically it right there. Road Ranger. Okay? So the reason I'm showing that is they've got cards ready for you, and you will get a shower. You will get 500 points on your card whether you fuel or not. It's not the first time you fuel. You don't have to fuel and then go in. But as soon as you go in and fuel the first time, they send in that fuel ticket. And if you've already ahead of time established a card and given it a 24-hour period, then when you do fuel, it'll go on your card. So it's smart to go ahead and get a card now, even if you're not fueling. Stop by Road Ranger, get yourself a card, do yourself a favor. I mean, we go to, you know, quick trips and little places that have that are truck stops that have cards and get their funky cards anyhow. This is a bigger company, so you're going to at some point need it. And so there you go. Trucker Path is showing them up as a T. As far as I could tell last time I checked, it's not going to be, I don't think, a R or a double R. They should give them something. But so there's something going on with the CEOs. I was told, like I said, I even talked with the person. I says, man, are you kidding me? I said, that's the 5 CEOs that went to prison already for, you know, taking the money from drivers instead of giving their discount. And he's like, no. This is a whole new thing. They did something that was illegal with the fuel. Now, was it that they stopped delivering fuel to the truck stops and diverted it to the pilots and they had a contract to maybe haul it? Well, something they did. I'm told that it might send them to prison. I say might. That's not what I was told. I was told it's full on, but I'm cautious with my words in that way. I'm not trying to say anybody's been in trouble, convicted of anything or anything like that. But yeah, they pretty well told me, oh no, it's cut and dry and it's illegal and they shouldn't have done it and they're gonna go to prison. That's what that person told me. What I'm saying is they might be in some trouble. But for a driver, how it affects you, you get 500 free points. You get at least 1 free shower on your card. And if it's not set up yet and you need one right away, you might wind up getting 2. If you have a problem later, you might get 3. They're gonna work with you. And I was impressed. They were super nice. Whenever we went inside, you know, hey, they got coffee and stuff, but you know, they of course they make pizzas and stuff. The Road Rangers, that's the one thing about a Road Ranger. They have a better inside convenience store or C-store. They have all kinds of meats and cheeses and all kinds of stuff. Of course, they're up here around Wisconsin. You know, anything close to Wisconsin, you're going to get all these cheeses from all these farms and all these meats and stuff. It's like a full-on, there's an island and you have to walk around it. There's sandwiches and cheeses and meats, and some are more and some are less, but they always got something. So a driver can go in there in the middle of the night and put something together and have a good, you know, meal, no matter what's going on. But they'll even make pizzas like in the middle of the night. Most of these places are like all the time on the pizza side, and then of course the Subways and that, you know, and the McDonald's, whatever. So, you know, I'm gonna have to sit back and watch what happens like everybody else before I see it all happen and play out in the news, if they put it in the news. Because it was, last time it took a long time before they wanted to tell the truth about those guys going to prison for ripping off drivers. It might take some time. But in the meantime, I'm chilling out having a coffee. I wanted to put that out there to know you're going to get a card. And you know, it's getting to be some winter weather. The other night that 55 was a mess. People were putting videos up on YouTube and stuff of 55 shut down for the ice. Cars are still in the ditches that still ain't been pulled out in some places. It was a ice skating rink. It was really rough. I shut down. I'm just like, whatever. I'm not running in that mess. So it's decent now. You're seeing a view of a parking lot. A parking lot's not going to be perfect. The highways are salted and good to go, but I make no promises once you start talking about there's going to be more snow or this or that. You know, we'll have to look and see, you know. But yeah, it was snowing the other night. You drive through it, you do what you do. Get your chains, make sure you got chains on board, because one chain, look, this is a parking lot, like I was saying. One chain on one drive tire will get you out of a parking lot as if it was dry pavement. So that's the trick, people. Keep at least one chain, even if you're not required to carry it for California. Chains come in bags of 2. I'm not talking about cables, actual chains. I've been meaning to do a video showing how to chain up. I'm gonna wait till I actually have to do it. That's how I do things. I'm gonna show it in the snow. I'm not gonna show it in the sunny Texas heat. I'm gonna do it when I do it. If it breaks, I get the camera out. That's my rule. So when it's needed, I'll get the camera out. Other than that, I hope everybody's doing good. I do the best I can. That way I don't waste a lot of time doing that when I should be working. And I'm fixing to get back to work right now, people. So I'll chill for a minute, listen to a little bit of music, have my coffee. Anybody comes in, wants to say anything, you're welcome to it. I'll never know how many people are in the room. Give a thumbs up when you get a chance. Do what you want to do. And be careful in the snow, people. Like I said, the ice, it's the ice, you know. A lot of black ice. So, yeah, a lot of people every year have accidents. Some people die in those accidents. If you don't have to be out in this mess, don't get out in this mess. We're professionals where we have to. This is our job. It's the snowplow's job to plow the snow out the way. It's the salt truck's job to put the salt on the road. It's the truck driver's job to make sure that you got food on the shelf at Walmart or any of the grocery stores or convenience stores or anywhere you go, and clothes, so you can buy what you need. That's our job. It's kind of what we do. So there's a lot of tricks we use to get through this stuff. And if we get broke down, we're sitting on anywhere from, you know, 140 to 280 or 300 gallons or 400 gallons of diesel that we can idle, and it's only a gallon an hour. A car will burn through a tank of gas, plus you've got carbon monoxide under your car that could build up around snow. Don't think you're going to survive the night in a car and be sitting there idling unless you're shoveling out all the snow from around you, and don't think that you're going to have enough fuel to just keep going like that. So, you know, keep in mind, a truck is a different animal than a car, and you're not set up for what we do. You know, so if you're going down the road to the store and you need something and the roads are clear enough, go ahead and do it. But even in the cold, you can freeze to death. So do your travels in the daytime so you're visible if you're walking because your car breaks down. And keep in mind to keep blankets and keep you know, gloves and a hat. Don't dress for the beach in the wintertime. Okay, people? And if you do, keep extra clothes like that. I'm talking about keeping extra stuff in your car and think, what will I be wearing if this is my view? You see this view of this parking lot? If you're out there in it and that's your view, or the view that I just showed of all that snow, it's beautiful, but you don't want to walk in it. It changes your mood completely about the beauty. Right now you're watching a screen and you're probably warm. It's a different thing. So realize that cars break, they're machines, they're designed to break, and you can wind up walking in that mess. It'll change your whole idea about winter. So you're gonna want to keep some winter gear, keep gloves, go to military surplus store if you have to, but you could get pants that pull up over your stuff and overalls that pull up over your stuff at Burlington Coat Factory on the back racks. Got them for about 10 bucks. Some good insulated Bates combat boots, about 110 bucks. You get them at military stores that sell them new. But you could get shoe liners, boot liners, military glove liners. The green ones are pretty decent. Wool socks, you know, a toboggan. You gotta think layers. So the more you can insulate yourself, the further you might make it walking, but it's still not a good plan. So do your travels in the daytime and stay out of this mess if you don't have to, people. I'm gonna have this coffee. I hope everybody's having a good day, like I said. Now, some of us, I'm not gonna say some of us, some people have recently traveled to Puerto Rico. Must be nice, right? So I know there's a lot of workers that are furloughed right now from the government being shut down. Hope they knock that out real quick for y'all. They're busy, like I was saying, in Puerto Rico. I'm not gonna get into that. This is Trucker News Net. This is not Operation Hot Biscuit. I'll get into that later. I try to separate the two because some people may not be interested in that at all, and I don't blame them. It's gotten to where news is just all bad news. You can find some good people that do good things. So Anyway, I'm gonna get off this thing. Look, stay safe in your travels. So all the drivers out there realize that these cars can't navigate in this stuff too, and give them extra room, and all the cars give us trucks extra room, because if there is ice, it's a little more difficult to stop. Everybody stay safe and have a good winter season, I guess you'd say. And get a Road Ranger card, people, because you're now a Road Ranger customer, and pilot points no longer work here because of that split. You see, you don't see any pilot label on this place anymore. I'll zoom in and let you see. It's all Road Ranger all the time. You see that? No pilot. So, will those guys get in trouble like they say they're going to? Hey, beats me, but we'll find out together. Stay safe. I'm gonna get out of here. Peace.